Yo, it's your boy Jason V coming at y'all with another video. I got a Kevin Samuels reaction for y'all today, man. It's been a minute since I reacted to some Kevin Samuels. I just saw IG Live, it just popped up on my feed, and I said, man, let me just go ahead and react to it real quick, man. RIP Kevin Samuels, man. And the video title was Kevin Samuels getting an argument with a ratchet woman. What the fuck? I've never seen this before. I'm watching it brand new with you guys. I swear. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video, and let's get right into it. R.P. Kevin Samuels, man, the Godfather himself.
Sandra Ryan, Scandal, Love and Hip Hop, all these things. Who are they looking? Who are they written for? What audience?
For the Black audience.
Thank you.
Okay, but again, if we are not choosing what goes on the air, because they're not finding all content for Black people, it's a certain type of content for Black people that they want to show and they want to perpetuate, and then we are watching because it's programming, and we are following.
I come from the industry, and I will tell you that I come from the advertising and marketing. So let me tell you, if Black people did not consume that product, they would not put it out there. There's a market for it.
But it's all
no. That's my response. Because, see, I come from the sales world, and I also come from the advertising and marketing world. See, the bottom line is this. At 5 years old? Is that what you said, 35?
Yeah.
There was a movie called The Hollywood Shuffle, written by, who was it written by? Not Tommy Davidson. The guy that wrote Five Heartbeats, Robert Townsend. And the whole premise of the movie was a bunch of Black stereotypes. He was mocking Blaxploitation films of the 70s. And that's the same argument that Black people made in the 70s. These are all the roles we have as pimps and maids and this and that. The whole premise of that movie was, if that's the only roles that are available, then we don't do them, because there's always work at the post office. Robert Townsend made that movie in 1989, and it stands to this day. If that's all that's written, we don't do the work. But the fact that we're willing to do the work makes us culpable, because there's always work at the post office.
Can I speak now?
Is that true or false?
Yes, that is true. And I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying is, if we don't control what the image is that goes out, because we know since the beginning of time that white people
control it because we take the roles.
There are certain people that are going to want certain things. So you're going to find everybody has a price. So certain people are going to
not really
to perpetuate.
Not really. Then why don't you see typical Black? Why don't you typically see white A-list celebrity men having to be put in dresses?
Because it's a different standard, because they run it.
No, it's.
Oh my God, bro! I'm just so tired of hearing like white supremacist shit. Like, that shit is real. That shit is very much real. But to say that you have no control. See, that's what Black people like to do. I can say it because I'm Black, and it's just the truth, bro. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna keep everything 100%. There's a lot of people out here that think they just think that we are controlled. Like, there's no hope. Like, it's always the white man that did something. Like, no, sometimes you gotta look within. It's deeper than what you think it is. Sometimes you gotta look within. Some things can be prevented, some things can be stopped if we just looked at each other and start pointing the finger at each other more than pointing at the next type of person. It's sad to see, but yeah, this is just I've been through people. I've met people like this. I'm related to people who think like this. Like, this is just sad to see, especially because he's giving her real points. Like, we're just taking up the roles that are provided instead of buckling down and doing something else. That's basically what he's trying to say. But she doesn't get it. We're 2 minutes in, and I can already tell she's super combative and trying to prove her point. It's nonsense.
Because they won't do it.
So you're saying that white supremacy?
I'm saying, let me explain something to you very simply. As an image consultant, that's what I do for a living. I'm a professional image consultant. Let me say this very clearly to you and to every other woman. How you leave your house is media. If you go from your door to wherever you're going, that is the world of TV. And if you won't walk, if you weren't walking out with long fingernails and purple hair and all this other kind of stuff, they could not make it work. And even if they did try to make it work, if they tried to go get Latinas or somebody else and dress them up like black women and make them look like stereotypical black women, back in the 60s, when we didn't dress that way, they couldn't do that shit to us because we came out of our house looking better. That's why the civil rights movement worked, because they could not paint us as criminals and drug dealers. And when we were on the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Black Sunday, you saw church-going people getting abused. That's why middle white America stood up and said, those people look like me. But if they'd been walking around, dressed around like we look today, nobody would have batted an eye.
How do you think we got here today, though? If
because
the
we do
civil
it.
rights movement
It's
worked, we wouldn't be here
self-accountability.
right
It
now.
is self-accountability. How
Hold-
many of your sisters,
hold on.
how many of your
Wait a
sisters
second.
show up to this broadcast right here with bonnets on their head?
Okay, sir, but I didn't.
I didn't
And
say
here's-
you.
but here's-
See,
wait,
that cannot
wait.
be the argument. That cannot be the deflection. Every time I
No,
talk
it's
about
not
the group,
deflecting.
you talk
You're
about
deflecting.
you.
Wait, you're deflecting because every time.
Oh my god, bro. This is like guilt, shame, and the need to be right. Like this is ridiculous, bro. And she is deflecting. I mean, I ain't got no bonnet on my head, but I got a Dewey. I just need a fresh cut, man. It'll come off on my haircut. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? Looking good. I was getting ready for bed. I thought I'd record some videos. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gotta throw myself in there. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. No, all seriousness, like, this is sad, but let me go back. I'm not gonna pause the video because she was trying to prove her point once again. Let's just go back and so we can hear the shit. My fault.
Deflection. Every time I
No,
talk
it's
about
not
the group,
deflecting.
you talk
You're
about
deflecting.
you.
Wait, you're deflecting because every time you've sat here and you have said to me, you gave me a list of the things that you've done. You have said to me all of your points, and every time I go to talk, you either cut me off or you say I'm deflecting. What I'm saying to you is every person that you've had on the show does not account for every black woman. I did not.
Did I say it does? What do you think you're doing right now? What do you think you're doing right now?
Sir,
What do you think you're doing right now?
Can you please allow me
What
to
do you
speak?
think you're doing right now?
Okay, I'm trying to speak. If
What
you
do you
would
think
allow
you're doing
me.
right? Do you think what do you think this is doing for the image of black women?
What are you? I'm showing you something different. What you're saying?
No, you're really
black
not.
women. How, sir? You won't even let me finish my point, though. I can. You're saying we're having a conversation. You gave me your talking points. I allowed you to speak. You said I was over talking you. I shut up and I allowed you to talk. Now I'm trying to say my points to counter what you were saying, and you're not allowing me to talk because you're talking over me. So I'm asking if you can give me the same respect that I just gave you, sir. That would be much appreciated. So back to the point of the imagery, there are 8 billion people on this planet, and there are certain people that are going to go, there are certain demographic that they shoot for, and they want to keep in that place. Them being white people, white execs who run these stations, who say these are the roles that we have for black people. In order to get to a certain standard as a black man, you have to do A, B, C, and D. Otherwise, because there's a ton of actors who are amazing actors who didn't get anywhere because they wouldn't fall in line. Same with black women, the image of black women. I am not included. I am nothing like that girl. I'm an educated black woman. I was married in my 20s. I have 3 children.
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm showing you that there is something different, is all.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And what you just went on for 2.5 minutes was the very image that black women have been perpetuated for the longest. And I just let it go.
The angry black woman or the
And
fact
now
that
you
I
just cut me
did my
off.
point?
You just cut me off now. See,
All right.
I can
because
sit there and hold it.
you're not gonna.
No, you're not. Well, first off, you're not in control of anything. 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 I let you. I just went for 2.5 minutes. But see, what I'm just showing is all this masculine, aggressive energy. There's a way to get your point across and still be a lady, feminine.
It's masculine energy because I'm
Well, and I will let the audience decide, ladies and gentlemen. When you saw her going off for 2.5 minutes and this and this and this, is that the image you think that's helping black women?
Were you paying attention to anything I was saying?
I went on for 2. You see, what you're going to do is let me speak, or I'm going to bid you a good evening.
No, well, we can say good night. Good night.
Well, you can say good night. I'm still going to say what I got to say about
ahead.
you. You just might
I'm
want
sure
to be.
you will.
No,
Have a beautiful night.
About this.
Have
you
a
might,
beautiful
I trade you an opportunity
night, sir.
to say what you want to say, but you're no different than the rest. And that's the point. The educated of them still think that they're better. No, ma'am, you are the problem too. Because all that bullshit that you ran down, the white exec and this and that, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry built $1 billion film industry, still on tropes about black people. Spike Lee. Spike Lee didn't have to play the tropes. He played against the tropes. See, accountability is like kryptonite. And I'm not like these women. Oh, yes, you are. There is no other group of women that identifies with what you just saw other than African American women. Click, 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 click. And I just let her go. Because see, what she thought she was doing when she was checking me, I'm just sitting there reeling her in. I'm like, I'll let you go. And I'll let you keep digging and digging and digging. And when they got right down to it, she ran out of steam because there was all emotion, no logic, no accountability. It ain't our fault. It is our fault. Don't take the roles. Chinese, Asian people stopped taking the roles of coolies and all that stuff, and they started making their own films or rejecting the films. But the notion that there's always somebody that will do it, it's still our responsibility. This is why men should be in control, because all that emotion gets nothing. So thank you for proving the point even more.
It's, man, this is just, he said it perfectly. She wanted to be right over and over. She didn't let him get his point across. She kept interrupting him. She displayed an immense amount of masculine energy. She's educated, but she thinks she's better than the next woman who's not educated. And instead of taking that education and educating her sisters on what they should be doing to bring down this negative image on black women, it's just I don't think she got the point. I don't think she will ever get the point. Like she said, she's married. She got married in her 20s. She has 3 kids. Her life is, once somebody has a certain mindset, they're gonna stay with that mindset until they die. And I think she's just not agreeable at all. I feel bad for her husband. And R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. We out, bro.